Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Vsrl ARCA Series here at New Smyrna Speedway in Eastern Florida. Gotta get my directions right here on the broadcast. You are watching V-Speed. I'm your host and producer, Morgan Cook. As always, this season should be here for the rest of this season. Should be a brilliant one here. As always, Vsrl here on V-Speed. Look at this little, just under half-mile racetrack, high banked, similar to the Milwaukee Mile, although half the distance. Fun little racetrack here in Florida. 23 degrees in the corner, 7 degrees on the front stretch. It is going to be loose, it's going to be free, it's going to slip and slide, whatever you want to call it. The track temp well into the hundreds here tonight, 130 last time I checked here on the racetrack. It is going to be difficult for these drivers to get a hold of this facility. I believe there are 13 or so drivers out on track tonight. This one is race number 2 of the season. Next week we go to 1.5 miles in Kansas. Then we go to Iowa, Lime Rock Park for a little road course racing, Charlotte Motor Speedway for what should be the longest race of the season, Martinsville, Dega, then Michigan, Dover, Milwaukee Mile. This track's counterpart, in my opinion. And Chicagoland. Should be a fun season ahead for us. Got about a minute and change until we get ready to race here, till we hit the grid. But during that minute, let's have a chat about the race analysis here tonight. 150 laps, that is 72 miles. We have 2 sets laying, 1 on the car, 2 sets on the pit road. You're probably going to use one of those sets, maybe even both of them. You could split this up in such a way where that is advantageous. 125 laps on fuel, so you can almost one-stop it, or you can one-stop it, sorry. You can almost make it the full distance if there is no issue with cautions. Should be a good race tonight. A lot of throwback schemes out here. That is not the goal of the night. It was not a throwback race by any stretch, but a lot of these drivers having their fandom start around the time this ARCA car was popular in the early 2000s. I see Ricky Bobby out here, Jeff Gordon, Robbie Gordon. The list goes on and on and on. Here we are in the closing moments before we go live. Let's get ready to grid. Starting on the pole tonight is that aforementioned 24. As we switch over here, should be Dakota Floyd. There it is, Dakota Floyd. Starting on the pole, Sean Langton alongside him. A couple familiar faces if you are returning to Vsrl action. Both had a great finish last week in Daytona. Next on the grid, Kyle Stewart starting third. Justin Ritchie in the 4th position. 5th spot will be Brian Hennings. Stephanie Pierce going to start in 6th in the 16. 17th, McGarrett Hemlinger in the 88. Colin Penn going to start 8th in the 52. Bluey on that machine for those kids at home. 9th position will be Wade Palmer in that iconic 43. Riley Laverne in another Matt Kenseth throwback is going to start in the 10th position. 11th spot tonight will be Benjamin Richards in the 56. Dad Miller going to start 12th in the 76 sponsored 13 machine. 13th will be David Collins in the 707. Teresa Spiker is going to start 14th tonight in the 70, and that is your grid this evening. Now let's get down trackside, have a look at your drivers. Here we are. I think the pace lights are out already. Could be going green this time. Sail off into turn number 3. Pace car is going to stay on another lap, so we are not going green this time. That was a little too soon, I figured. You can see just how tight this racetrack is, just how high banked it is and short and all that. Feels like the cameras are right in the action here tonight. Should be a thrilling one here from Florida. Only 21 minutes down the road from where we were last week in Daytona Beach. For those of you curious, I know I was. Not even an interstate involved. Just hop on a back road and get there. Anyway, green flag is out, and we are racing here in VSRL. Give lap 1 to Sean Langton. Not sure what happened to Dakota Floyd, but he lost 3 spots in the blink of an eye. He's under fire from Stephanie Pierce for the 4th spot. Oh, we're wrecking in the back. That's Thad Miller around. Will we see a caution? We will. The Union 76 machine has spun around on the backstretch. He is okay. No damage to report. Just maybe a little ego bruising, potentially. Down the front stretch. Quick caution here on lap number 3. So interesting stuff already on that start. You saw Dakota Floyd lose a ton of spots. 4 of them went from 1st to 5th. The outside row got a massive launch. Not sure what happened to that 24. I'm going to have to go back and watch on a replay here and see if we can figure out what caused him to lose all those spots. Let's go on the instant replay. Missed a shift. That will do it all the times. From the initial start here, you'll hear it as he goes through the box. Yeah, that is not a clean shift, folks. That's not what that's supposed to sound like. Lost 4 spots because of it. We are pacing here. Looks like we're going to have a single file restart. John Langton will be your leader. Kyle Stewart right behind him as he chooses the middle lane here. Get a good drive down off the corner. Green flag is back out here. We are clean and green so far. Langton out to a good launch. Richie putting the pressure on Kyle Stewart here. Stephanie Pierce showing his muscle. Back in the 4th spot. Dakota Floyd continues to run in 5th. Different lines being run here. Helmlinger with a much wider entry. And Henning's in front of him. Let's see if he tries something else a little different here. See a lot of pressure there for 2nd. Richie just about got there. 7 laps in already. Out of 150 every car here within about 5 seconds of your leader, Sean Langton. Remember, he won last week. Got Helmlinger coming off at turn 4. An excellent move. Oh, we got big sideways there for the 74. He's going to catch the wall. Able to keep it pointed in the right direction. He's got Bluey to the inside. That's Colin Penn in the 52. Big dive here into turn number 3. Only battle on the racetrack is happening right in front of our eyes. Still nobody giving an inch. Henning's going to have the run down the back, but Penn's still in there. Big drive for the 74. It's like Helmlinger might factor into this battle a little bit, and Henning's able to get the run off the top. Good work there. Still rolling with the leader here. That is Sean Langton. Little through your field early in this race. Henning's off the wall again. have to go back and see what's going on with the 74 here first. Under fire from Colin Penn another time. At the blimp here above this racetrack, you can see the entry angles here. And a little crossover action for the 74. Not going to get the run off the corner. That is the battle for 7th position. All sorts of short track information to be learned here tonight. You can see Kyle Stewart really driving it into the corner. Able to make the center stick, and he's able to get the good run off. Did Langton burn up the stuff already? Lap 13. As Kyle Stewart is there, and it's a party now. See Langton just about a tire width above that yellow line. These two half a second in front of the field. Big drive into turn number 1. Not going to get the run off the corner. He got 10. A little out of the groove. They slide it down into turn 3. Look at that. Look at the yaw angle on those cars. What a great shot. Got one driver laps down to this point. That's Teresa Spiker. Must have had some sort of incident. Early in this race, lots of time to recover. There is the 70. So quick through your field here. Sean Langton is your leader. Started second, led every lap to this point. Kyle Stewart on the back bumper. Tony Stewart throwback. Robbie Gordon throwback for the 7, of course. Got Justin Ritchie. We all have seen that machine before. Ricky Bobby running in P3. Got a Jeff Gordon-esque throwback in 4th with Dakota Floyd. Garrett Helmlinger just said, put ARCA on it. He runs in 5th. Stephanie Pierce, Jeff Gordon, obviously. Very familiar scheme for those fans around 2005 and so. Colin Penn, Bluey, on that machine in 7th. Wade Palmer, Richard Petty, throwback. Possibly John Andretti, depends on your flavor, I suppose. Running in 8th in the 43. 9th spot, Riley Laverne. Matt Kenseth throwback, as always. Brian Hennings throwing it back to last week. We had a pretty solid run. He is in 10th, although he is the biggest loser so far in this race, down 5 spots. Going to keep out of that outside wall as he's already got the right front banged up just a bit. Benjamin Richards in the 56 special on this car. Got the butterfly and the ribbon. Suicide awareness is the theme of this teal 56. Got the hotline on the back. You're going through a tough time. You need someone to talk to, give the hotline a call. Definitely saves lives. Running in 12th, the Collinator, David Collins in the Dark Horse. Silver 707. Been in the wall a little bit, up 1 spot from where he started. Thad Miller, who had his spin, he is 14th now. Teresa Spiker has gotten around him. There is your 13th place machine. 4 laps down. Thad Miller now 5 down. Not a great start to the season for either of these drivers. Back up front, Langton has stretched it out by half a second over Kyle Stewart. Ritchie and Floyd. These two drivers race against each other all the time. We got a driver off the racetrack. Was that Helmlinger with a spin? But he's not. But he's off the racetrack, so no caution. There's the caution. We caught it out the corner of our screen. Let's go back and figure out what caused the 88 to go around. We are running into 3. Running the top lane here. Trying to diamond the corner and just a little too much throttle, a little too much gigatus, so to speak. And simple slide, little nose damage. Probably won't hurt him too bad here, but let's go inside the race car and just listen to what this sounds like. So this is into 1, the lap previous. See, he's already loose. He's sliding that thing around. Still sliding it. And then just too much. Little wall contact, not going to hurt the car too bad, but just unfortunate this early in the race to have an issue like that. That was Garrett Helmlinger in the 88, who has just hit pit road. He has not hit pit road, apologies. Running in 11th. Stephanie Pierce on the pit lane. So is Thad Miller. Still hitting pit road. No takers yet. A little early to be hitting the pit road. But I think we got a lap here. We could chat with somebody. Pace light's still on the pace car. Let's have a chat with Dakota Floyd. Or are we going green here? We are not. Hey, Dakota, it's Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I hear you.
All right. Well, not the greatest start for you. Can you tell us what happened there on that initial start?
Instead of dropping her into fourth, I dropped her into second again.
Did that hurt the engine at all?
No. It's weird. Not enough speed here or gap in the gears there to really money shift it.
That's good. Yeah, money shifting, not
just
good.
Just had a bad start. That's all. But I think we're getting a little spicy in the long run here, so we might have something here.
Right on. Well, that's good to hear. Anyone you want to shout out before we go back green?
Shout out to everybody watching, and hope we can continue to put a good show on.
Right on. That is Dakota Floyd, driver of the 24. Good luck out there the rest of the way.
Appreciate it.
Get him back in his channel. There he is with his Orange Speed SRT teammates. Doubled up behind the pace car. Langton continues to lead. Let's see what he can do here on what would be, I believe, the third restart of the night. 2 cautions, 0 lead changes to this point. And it's a hot one, 133-degree track temp. Goodness gracious. That's almost like, that's medium rare on your steak almost. Here we are off of turn 4 again. Langton's going to dive into the corner. He will lead easily ahead of Kyle Stewart, Justin Ritchie, and Dakota Floyd. So those 3 battle. Ritchie loose on the bottom. Driving in there deep underneath Floyd. Makes it stick. Does he get the corner exit? He does not. Floyd's going to power back here. He's going to get the spot. 3rd place, Dakota Floyd. Working off that less than stellar race start. Henning's up 2 spots on the restart as well. Finds himself up in 8th. Laverne slowly working forward. Biggest mover of the race to this point. How about a 3-way tie? Colin Penn, Wade Palmer, Riley Laverne all up 3. Laverne's about to go up 4. If he can make this thing stick to the bottom, he will not. Battles all over the place. Colin Penn taking the fight to Justin Ritchie. We got a battle for the lead as well. It's not over anywhere. Side by side back here for 7th. Henning's to the top. Laverne to the bottom. I think Henning's got the wall once again there. You can see into the corner. The bottom really gets a good run, but off the corner, it's the top side you want to be on. Leader still pulling away. 3/10 is the gap. Back to Kyle Stewart, who's ran this entire race in 2nd, but Dakota Floyd is not too far behind. These 3, in fact, the top 4, including Justin Ritchie, run a lot of laps together. Endurance races, fun races, officials, you name it, different leagues. These 3-4 drivers race together a lot. Vsrl is where they all met. Vsrl is where they all stay. Colin Penn trying to break up this group at the front. The top 5 have gapped the field by about a second. There is your 5th place driver right there, Wade Palmer in the 43. Clean so far as the 43. Laverne still losing spots. Slipping and sliding in the 19. Fresh tires on Stephen Pierce as he works the bottom side. No avail right there off of turn number 1. Turn 2, apologies. And off of 4, still can't get the run. Try it one more time here. Laverne too high of an exit, although he is, or of an entry, how about? And an exit. Pierce is going to get the spot from him. Closest battle on the racetrack is right here. Ritchie trying to get around Floyd again. Let's look at the back bumper here and see Colin Penn Got Balooey sideways off the corner. Big drive in for the 52. What kind of run are we going to get off the corner here? Complete lap number 37. Not enough to fight for third, fourth position. Dakota Floyd's going to try and make a move here on Kyle Stewart. Driver, we just heard from up here in the booth mere moments ago. Trying to work his way back up to the lead where he started this race, but didn't bleed into turn number 1 with the bad shift. Langton comfortably out in front, almost a full second. See, we're starting to diamond corners now. Just a little bit. Wade Palmer going to lose a spot into the outside wall. Might lose 2 of them. Off of turn number 2. He is going to lose 2 of them. Stephanie Pierce gets around along with Brian Hennings. Fastest car on the racetrack. Last time by was your leader, Sean Langton. I'm curious about this Stephanie Pierce machine. Maybe with the fresh tires, might be able to really pick it up. He's got about 30 lap fresher tires than the rest of the field here, but I'm not seeing the speed quite yet. He is matching lap times of your second place driver, but maybe once he clears Hennings for the 6th position, will he have the speed he needs to go get the top 5? Remember, he's used one of those tire sets up early. You only get 2 extras. If you wanted to split it evenly, you take your next set here in about 8 laps. Oh, Laverne way out of the groove. Not having a good night here is Riley Laverne. Back to where he started in 10th position. Into 3. Give the spot to Pierce for now. See if Hennings can cross him over. He cannot. Good run there for the 16. Stephen E. Pierce. Started in 6th. That's exactly where he finds himself right now. Got a few battles all over this racetrack. See Garrett Helmlinger fighting for 8th with Wade Palmer. Laverne not too far behind that battle. Remember the damage on the nose of the 88. He did not pit. It was about 20 laps ago when he had his self-spin off of turn number 4. Teresa Spiker back out on the racetrack. She currently runs in the 13th position. Thad Miller is off the racing surface. Not sure what's going on. He's been on there for about 11 minutes now. That silvered out dark horse. Running 12th. That's David Collins. Collinator, as they say. Looks good. I imagine he made that himself. The paint scheme. Props to him. Looks great. So does his 56. Got to thank Benji for putting this scheme on. We have a great battle here for the 8th spot. We had one. Helmlinger got around Palmer. There's Hennings. Here's the rest. Back half of the top 10. Back up front, Langton. Gap still about 0.8. Now it's a second over Kyle Stewart, who is under pressure. There's a song for that. The copyright. Dakota Floyd. See, what is Dakota doing inside the car to try and get the spot? It's going to maybe give him the bumper. Thought about it. Thought about it hard. You peek to the inside to see if you can get that driver unsettled. Oh, big loose for Stewart. That might be the run that Floyd needed. To the inside. Stewart's got the preferred line up top. If he can keep the momentum going. Not quite clear into the corner. 1/3 of the way through this race. 100 laps to go. Another great run off the top for Stewart. Oh, a little door banging. How do you do? Drag race down the backstretch into turn number 3. Another one. Floyd missed the bottom big time. Stewart, big loose on the outside. Floyd's loose on the inside. Stewart still going to get that lap in the second spot. They're drifting into the corners here. What a phenomenal race from these two. They're putting it all out there. They sail it down into turn number 3. Still don't know who's going to get that spot. Floyd's going to get that spot. Crossover from the 41. A little too much throttle there. Was not able to hold the rear tires in check. Bump and run, perhaps. He declines. Gives second spot to Dakota Floyd on his march back to the lead. But don't look now. This brought in the top 6. Ritchie, Penn, Pierce. Remember how I was saying I don't know if those tires are going to make a difference? Well, Stephen Pierce, the fastest car on the racetrack right now. But Langton is 1.6 ahead of the field. That battle did nothing but extend his lead. And he has led every single lap so far. Dakota Floyd runs second, half a second ahead of his teammate Kyle Stewart, who finds himself half a second ahead of his teammate Justin Ritchie. First non-orange speed driver in the race, Colin Penn in 5th. In the Bluey 52, Stephen Pierce runs 6th in the Jeff Gordon throwback number 16. Garrett Helminger rebounds to the 7th spot, although he's a ways off of this pack, about 4 seconds. Hennings in the 74 runs 8th. Wade Palmer in 9th. Riley Laverne is the 10th place driver. Benjamin Richards still on the lead lap in 11th for the 56. Collins last car on the lead lap in the 707, running in 12th. Spiker is down 3. Thad Miller still on pit road, down 41. Getting a little spicy. Pierce, Ritchie, give it to Pierce as he. So that shows you that's what 30-lap tires look like. Late in the run, he's 2/10 faster than every car on the racetrack. Palmer and Hennings going at it. Laverne's right there. This one's not over. And the laps are ticking by quickly. To give everyone a little bit of perspective on speed, we are about a second slower than their fast laps of the day for all these drivers. Pierce, move him up to 3rd. Those tires are paying off, but will they affect him on the backside? A late race caution might prove detrimental to the driver of the 16, but right now he looks like Superman. It's like a Wonder Boy. How's that for all you old-time NASCAR fans? Langton still leads comfortably 2 seconds over Dakota Floyd. Familiar sight if you're a Vsrl fan. These two drivers won a fair bit in this series. Langton specifically. Floyd runs up front quite often. Stephanie Pierce having a good drive. That's Stephen E. Pierce. Need to enunciate better. Apologies. Kyle Stewart in 4th. Oh, we got a big slide. Colin Penn missed the corner. We got issues here. Saw some connection issues perchance. What happened to Dakota Floyd? We pitting? No, what happened to the 24? Looks like loose off the corner. Let's go back and find out. I see the fender's unwrinkled right there. What happened to wrinkle it? Into 4? Did he get loose off the corner? Yes, he did. Too much throttle. Same thing Helminger did. But no caution to put him back to the 10th spot at this moment. He's on pit road. Probably a good time to save face and put on some new tires. See where he shakes out here. He's going to be at least 1 lap down as leader still on the racetrack. Wade Palmer had an issue. Oh, huge damage. Let's go find out what happened to Wade. It's already wrecked right there, but let's go back a little further. That looks a little bit cleaner for the 43. Same thing that happened to Floyd. Not quite. Into one. Still not seeing it. Little wall contact there. Oh, it just knocked the nose off of it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That was a lot of damage for a little bit of contact. Back to the live shot. Palmer's off the pit lane. Currently only drivers to hit pit road. Stephen Pierce currently in second and chasing down our leader. Dakota Floyd, Wade Palmer, Teresa Spiker, Thad Miller. Only drivers to hit the pit lane. We are only a handful of laps away from halfway. Best battle on the racetrack is right here. Stewart and Ritchie. Off of 4. Still side by side. Cannot quite clear on the bottom. Will Ritchie get him this time? Huge drive in for Stewart. He's going to pull alongside. Oh, big time loose though. Hang on to it, Kyle. Again, into 3. Huge drive. Impressive. You got Penn behind him. Oh, Ritchie put him in the wall. Goodness gracious. Can we get the run off the top? Can Kyle Stewart? He cannot. Now in the clutches. Colin Penn. This is for 4th position. Yeah, Stewart has used up those rear tires. You can see it. He is slip sliding all over this racetrack. Into 1. Deep drive there. Off of 2. Still side by side. How about into 3? Look at how sideways the 41 is. Just a great shot of the car unloading into the corner. And now Stewart's back to 5th. Laverne up to 8th after a few drivers hit the pit lane. But we are really struggling on pace now for most of this field. 1.2 to 1.4 slower than what you ran your fast lap at. For Langton with no traffic, he just got by the now lapped machine of David Collins, who is the worst enemy of Dakota Floyd right now. New tires on the 24. He needs to clear the 707 very quickly. Dakota Floyd off of turn 4 at the start-finish line. Right now, Kyle Stewart's boat got turned. Collins just off of turn 2. A lot of work to do here for the 24 as he gets around the struggling 41. But look at the traffic in front of him. Wade Palmer's on new tires as well. Pitted 2 laps after Dakota Floyd did. This is treacherous. You do not want to see a caution here if you're the 24 or the 43 for that matter. Work through the field. It's so difficult, so treacherous, because you're a lap down. Oh, contact for Wade Palmer and Justin Ritchie. Ritchie loose off of 4. Got the nose off of the 43. No ill will there. Don't go 3 wide. Oh my goodness, don't do it. Kyle Stewart hitting the pit lane. Oh, he turned him. Dakota turned the 43 and he got contact too. Oh, they're destroyed. Oh no. Oh, and huge. Oh, that's tough for Kyle Stewart too on pit road. Oh no, that's going to ruin a lot of drivers' races right there. The timing of that caution, horrific. If you were just on the pit lane, let's go back and figure out what caused that. We saw it live. Well, let's do it again. Hey, you can see it right there again. A little bit higher shot, and then he caught him back. That's insult to injury right there, but let's see what set this up. This is the lap before. See, Palmer's just trying to work around the lap traffic. Right? Ritchie got into him a little bit. No harm, no foul there. Arrow's not terribly important here. Dakota almost gets to the outside, but pinned behind Ritchie. Peaks 3 wide. And just drives it in deeper. Kind of tries to roll the center more. And the 43 just catches the apron and huge right front damage. disastrous for both those drivers. But now we are here under the caution. Everyone hit the pit lane. Lloyd's going to easily, how about Langton? Easily going to win the race off pit road. Pierce is going to be second. Ritchie, drag race, give it to Helmlinger off the pit lane. Then Penn, Hennings, Laverne, Richards. Collins currently is the leader. Did not take tires. They'll take him this time. Give the lead back to Langton. I don't know if, did Collins get a lap led there? He did not. Bold strategy. Although he might have been, actually, I think he was a lap down. That's why he couldn't pit there. But Langton is your leader. That's actually a good break for Collins. Got the lucky dog. That's what it was. That's why he had to pit a lap later. Lucky dog for the 9. Or the 9th place driver, 707 on the side of that car. Let's get it together up here in the booth. We are losing it. Now he's 11th. He will be a lap down, however, just because of the way this place works. So short. Do we have a Stephen Pierce in the Discord? We do not. No chatting with our second place driver. Let's chat maybe with Justin Ritchie. Let's see here. Maybe a Brian Hennings. Let's have a chat with Brian Hennings. Hey, Brian, it's Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Mr. Morgan?
Well, we're just watching the 74 machine go around the racetrack. P7, it looks like, at this moment. What do you need to do to get up there and go challenge for the lead?
Stop getting on it too hard and spinning the wheels and cooking my tires.
Fantastic. Are we green this time?
Yes, green
Okay.
this time.
All right, good luck. I'll drop you back down there.
Thank you.
Quick chat with the driver of the 74. That is Brian Hennings. Did not see them double up. Apologies to him. Langton's going to get away clean again. Ritchie to second. Pierce to third. Look at Helmlinger making a good charge. Remember, he spun, caused one of the early cautions so far. Kyle Stewart did get back on the lead lap for those curious, although he is well behind. About 7-8 seconds off of the leaders. So if this, you get a quick caution, that will save him. Remember, pretty fresh tires on the 41. Dakota Floyd was also able to get back on the lead lap. He is many laps down. No, oh, how about not? He's just seconds behind. Car looks damaged. Looks like it should be laps down. It is not. Again, get a little loopy up here in the booth. Apologies, everyone. Good battle for the lead. Langton has led every lap so far. Ritchie wants to change that. Laverne and Hennings can't get separated. It's been a good one so far. 3 cautions, 0 lead changes. And the track temp has gone up 1 degree, as you would expect. Oh, around goes Pierce. The 16 has spun, and caution is out. That is the 3rd time we've seen that today. Although, I don't think there's any damage on that 16. Just like Thad Miller. 4th time we've seen it today, actually. From the blimp, let's go check it out. Just off of turn 4, a little too much throttle, and round it goes. Just a little touch, a little peck to the inside wall. Back to the live shot we go. There we are. Oh, did he leave? Why did he tow? I'm very confused. That car had no damage. Currently 11th now, a lap down. That is going to effectively end his chances of winning. Goodness. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. You've been watching Vsrl ARCA Series here on VSpeed, back right after this. Back here on V-Speed. High above this Floridan short track. Pace light still on the pace car. Langton continues to lead. This would be his 91st lap led. Easily going to clinch most laps led here today. No question about that. But can anybody lead a lap? Will he go 2 in a row? These are the questions we're asking ourselves. Early dominance so far for Sean Langton. But second spot, Justin Ritchie, driver knows how to win. Knows how to find a way in the 55. I mean, Ricky Bobby. It's a Cougar on the hood. It's a Cougar in the car. Are you kidding me? A lot of speed out of that 55 tonight. Helmlinger, great rebound up to third. Hennings in fourth. Just talked to him briefly before we went green last time. Laverne, solid run in fifth. Capitalizing on other people's mistakes. Colin Penn, other than a slide into turn number 3. Haven't seen that 52 put a wheel wrong all day. Benjamin Richards to the inside of Dakota Floyd. Kyle Stewart, those drivers bit by that caution. Collins, the last driver on the lead lap. Stephen Pierce, Wade Palmer, Teresa Spiker, Thad Miller off the racing surface. About to go green again. Field rolls into 3. SU Spiker's on the racetrack. Apologies. Another terrific launch on the inside. Laverne gets big loose. Big slide. Helmlinger going to pass Hennings. Not quite. Ritchie is bringing the fight to Langton. It's not over for the lead. Helmlinger's going to get around Hennings. Pierce going to get by Floyd. Stewart by Richards. The big check up into the corner. Off the nose of the 56. The way this race is going, if you're in the top 10 on the lead lap, you have a chance with 55 laps to go here. Battle for the lead. It's within 2/10. This is the third challenger of Sean Langton today. Stewart early. Floyd a little bit after that. Now Ritchie and Helmlinger not too far behind. You can just see how hear how smooth Langton is on the pedal. Rarely see this car get loose. Big drive in for Ritchie. See at the back of the shot, Hennings get loose. But also Stewart and Floyd found each other again. Remember, they raced really hard for the second, third, fourth spots while moving up through the field. Ritchie is piling it into the corner. Hear that right front crying. Oh, big time loose. Save it. He did. Great save. Gap is increased, though, to half a second. He's falling back into the clutches of league owner Garrett Helmlinger. Golly. Garrett Helmlinger in third in the 88. Colin Penn still running fourth, having a great showing here tonight. Hennings trying to hold off a pack of hyenas. He's got the damaged Floyd machine. He's got Kyle Stewart not too far behind. And Laverne is creeping into the picture. Richards and Collins still on the lead lap. Crazier things have happened. But Langton well out front, second ahead of Ritchie. Best battles right here. Watch on board from Helmlinger. Off the roof. Remember, this car faded very quickly. A lot of rear tire. A lot of right rear being used. Let's maybe do a quick drive around this racetrack with the driver. Haven't done that in a while. Working off a turn 2. Got to use the old egg under the throttle pedal. Hard charge into turn 3. Want to keep it around that orange line the best you can. And same deal off of 4. Keep the egg under that pedal. Gonna dive underneath Richie. Almost clipped him. Did not quite get there. Under 50 laps to go. We have a very serious possibility of Sean Langton leading every lap here tonight. The driver of the 7 has been utterly dominant. The thing doesn't get sideways, doesn't get tight. It's like it's on rails. Started second after the Dakota Floyd missed shift. Has not looked back. Richie's up a pair. 4th to 2nd. Biggest movers of the race. Running 3rd and 4th. Helmlinger and Penn. Both up 4 spots. Hennings exactly where he started in the 5th position. Kyle Stewart down 3 from his 3rd starting spot. And Floyd down 6 from the pole position. Laverne trying to put some pressure on Dakota Floyd. Charges him for driving lessons. I know, can you believe that? Up 2 spots. Benjamin Richards up a pair from 11th to 9th. Collins up 3 to 10th, and Spiker up 3 from Perseverance to 11th position, past Stephen Pierce, who dropped out of the session earlier. Those are the drivers still running in the race. All of those but Spiker on the lead lap. Don't look now, we got a battle for second. 3-car battle. Helmlinger going to lose a spot to Colin Penn. Hennings going to get passed by Stewart. And this race isn't over for Stewart yet. Only 4 seconds off the pace. Remember, this driver was one of the better cars on the long run. Dakota Floyd, 5.5 back, probably the best car on the long run. Oh, Penn's going to take it to Richie. Wants that outside lane. Richie's going to cut him off. Say, no, you cannot have that lane. Little bump and run here. Not quite to the center. Another big run for the 52. Going to get to the quarter again, right to the door. Is he going to clear him off the corner? Richie's driving to the side of him. Got pinched a little bit. And Penn is going to take that spot away. Can he hang on to it into 3 and 4? Yes. No, he can't. Richie's back to the inside. Another go into turn number 1. Penn's going to clear this time. Highest the 52 has been all day. Could we see the challenger come late to the Sean Langton car? But the battle for second's not over yet. Richie back to the inside. Is he going to have the run? Penn's going to get him at the line. Let's see. From the view of Garrett Helmlinger. Penn's going to clear that time by 3 seconds behind Langton. I think the battle for second is about over. I don't think Richie has any more tricks up his sleeve at this moment. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. You're not missing anything else around the racing facility here. Richie goes a little bit high, trying to diamond the corner. They get a big run, but not enough. Now Penn just got to track down that leader, 3.1 ahead. Langton on cruise control, 35 to go. Henning struggling on the long run, was 5th, falls back to 9th. Richards has got around him. So is Laverne, Lloyd, and Stewart. All made their way around that 74. Stewart, Floyd, and Langton, fastest 3 on the racetrack. Last time by. Langton about a 10th faster than the entire field. Cruising is the 7. You see Richie driving though. Wheels off it. Big loose into the corner. Four-wheel sliding. You can hear as soon as he touches the brake pedal, the rear tires start to squeal. Just over 30 to go. Goal now is just to keep it straight. Wow. Saw the orange tape on the wheel. Pointed to the right. He's on the apron. That's not going to help the balance at all. And Langton is pulling away by tenths a lap now. Richie's going to get past. Stewart's not too far behind. Stewart sliding off the corner as well. Helmlinger to third. One more spot for the 88. He would match his season best. Second last week at Daytona. And I believe if Richie gained one spot, he would match his best, which was third. If I remember that correctly. Back to last week. Under 30 to go. The driver of the 7, Sean Langton. Cautions out on the raceway. That's Dakota Floyd. This changes everything. Wow, if you got tires, you take them right now. Let's go figure out why the 24 spun around. Into 3. Huge damage already on that 24. Same thing we've seen all day. Yeah, just loose on throttle and sideways in the middle of the racetrack. Comes to a stop. Caution every time here on iRacing. All right, whole field's into pit road. Who is going to win the race off pit road? Do you dare take 2 tires? Can anybody beat Sean Langton? Led every lap so far. Go to Floyd into the box. Here comes Penn. Penn's going to have a chance. Langton got him. All right. The stage is set. We're going to go back racing with about 25 laps to go. Well, I think it might be time to talk to the man himself. Hey, Sean, it's Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Morgan.
Well, it's been smooth sailing so far for the 7. Led 124 laps from second. Can you go out and lead them all?
That's the plan, but all that really matters is we lead the last one, so we're going to go for it. Yeah, it's been fun. It's actually pretty fun to drive once we start wearing the tires off. I actually prefer driving it after about 30, 40 laps. I'm not as good as on new tires, but hope it goes green for here.
We got Colin Penn behind you, relatively unknown quantity in the Vsrl league here. What do you got to do to hold him off?
Make it wide.
Make it wide. Very much like Robbie Gordon would. Anyone you want to shout out before we bring you back down to the Orange Speed Racing team?
Just, VSR League, you guys, it's about it.
Right on. Mom and Dad back home, I assume, as well?
Yep, I want to say hi to Mom and Dad. I'm sure they're watching on YouTube.
Right on. Well, good luck, Sean. See if you can lead them all.
Thanks.
All right, that is your race leader, Sean Langton. Interview's got to be short and sweet here today. Pace laps only take about 40 seconds around this 0.48 mile facility. Not quite a half mile. He's not quite earned that name yet. Hopefully the last restart. Pace car's off. Langton into the restart zone. It's another great launch. But they're side by side into turn number 1. Penn to the outside. That's where he made the pass on Richie. Into the outside wall. Still side by side. Richie's going to get to the inside of Penn. Work him up the racetrack just a little bit. Langton is now free. Penn's big time in the outside wall. That is a disaster for the 52. 3 wide. I don't like the look of that. Still 3 wide on the back. Penn's in the outside wall, losing spots left and right. Back to 5th. What a disastrous restart for the 52. Caught the wall just a little bit into the corner. Oh, Hennings with a slip tire. Stewart and Helmlinger fighting hard. Ritchie running second. I think the biggest challenger for that 7 is this 41. Terrific rebound from having the pit road issue, getting trapped a lap down. He's going to have to get by Ritchie here very quickly. I think he can track down your leader, but he's going to have to do it very, very soon. But on these new tires, everyone's got the grip. Everyone except that 88. Big slide into the corner. Penn going to try and chase it back. Helmlinger slides. Big slide through the corner. Give the spot to Penn, Hennings, and Floyd. Helmlinger back to 7th. Not the corner he wanted. Hennings slides. Helmlinger still having trouble. Laverne to the inside. Richards is chasing him down. Oh, Hennings out of the groove. Look at this, 3 wide into the corner. I saw Kyle Stewart way to the outside trying to get around Ritchie, not able to do it. 15 laps to go here in New Smyrna. Langton still out front, comfortably. Oh, and a second. Hennings still struggling back here. Helmlinger still struggling back here. Trying to get around Laverne. Richards going to pass Helmlinger. Penn rebounds to 4th. And try and get that interview. Although he's not in the Discord, so that could be difficult. Kyle Stewart in the 41 under fire. Richards going to get passed by Helmlinger. Ritchie's a second back on an island. Second behind, 6/10 in front. Dakota Floyd's crept back in the picture, top 5 run for the 24. Staring at Bluey and friends. Is he going to get to the quarter panel? Does he have enough to get to there, to get to the rear tire? Yes. Door, yes. Side by side off the corner. He's going to not quite edge him out that lap. Big drive into turn number 1 for both drivers. Door banging. Off a 2. They're going to throw it into turn number 3. Side by side. Working up the racetrack. Dakota Floyd. Going to have the edge, half a car. Kind of put him in the wall a little bit there. 52's not going to be happy about that. Penn's going to fall back to the 5th position. The gap out front is still a second, and it's Ritchie in 2nd. Stewart is 3rd. Big gap separating all these cars. Closest battle on the racetrack is Hennings trying to take the spot from Laverne. 11 laps to go. Richards hanging tough. Caution's out on the speedway. David Collins is around, and that is going to bring the field back together for a last couple lap shootout, Saturday night style, here in New Smyrna. Let's go see what happened to the 707. Oh, that's a big one. He caught that wall a ton. So far, so good off of 4. Through turn number 2. Everything's good there as well. And off of turn 4. A little too much throttle, just like we've seen so many times today, and he nailed that wall, got every part of it. Spins back out on the speedway. Oh, that was close. Got to hold the brakes for the 707. Just about collected Teresa Spiker. Wow, that was close. All right. Well, I think I heard somebody ask for a shootout. Is that right? Because that's what we have here. By the time we go back racing, I'm thinking 4 to go. Langton leads. Richie second. Stewart, Floyd, and Penn, your top 5. Helmwinger, Laverne, Hennings, Richards, Collins, the top 10. And Teresa Spiker in 11th. Top 9. Langton back to Richards on the lead lap. All have a shot at this race. Don't go anywhere. This is about to get crazy. Richie's trying to steal a lap lead from Langton there. Was unable to do so, but he got really close. This has been a masterful performance by the driver of the 7. We're going to go back green this time with 5 laps to go. We're 3 wide in the back. Not sure what's going on there. Collinson stuck in the outside wall. The field in Langton's hands. Hit the line and go. Great launch for the 7. Oh, they're wrecking behind him. Helmwinger's in it. Spun all the way around. We're going to go green-white checker here. Here's the restart. Let's see what transpired here. Not exactly sure. From the 88. Saw the 19 was also involved. Did he get help from Hennings? No, just lost it on his own. He got Hennings. Old tires, too much throttle. Tale as old as time. Catching the pace car here, I believe. 4 laps to go. There's the pace car. Lights are out already. I think we're going green this time, trying to get it in regulation. I like the sound of that. Well done, Garrett Helmlinger and this field. Single file restart. Going to give Langton the best opportunity here. Keep it up against that outside wall. Don't let Richie get by you. We're green again here. 4 laps to go. Richie's around. Richie wrecked in front of the field. He took out Floyd. Goodness gracious. We saw it live, but we'll check it one more time. Oh, what a disaster for the 55. Trying to get the best restart possible. Spun the tires. See it right here. Right there. Trying to get to the next shift. And then, oh, Floyd got turned by Penn. Oh, that was different than originally I had saw. I thought Richie came up and got him. Floyd got turned into Richie. Oh, that's a tough break for those guys. Penn with just such a good restart that caused issues. But Langton still leads. 3 to go. Green-white checker for sure. Pit carts packed up, as they say. You got what you got. Collins back on the lead lap, going to give us 10 cars in the lead group. And with the way these restarts are going, I don't know who to pick. Langton obviously had an incredible car all day. Led every lap. In fact, he has led every lap with the scheduled distance. But can he lead the important one that's outside the scheduled distance in overtime? Kyle Stewart has gone from the front to the back to the front in the 41. Rebound off of what was a, not mistake, just a unfortunate error. Hitting the pit lane right before the caution came out. Trapped him a lap down. Had to take a wave around. Was able to get back on the lead lap and work his way through traffic. Penn had a shot at the leader until a disastrous restart dropped him from 2nd to 5th. It's Henning's best running position all day, up to 4th. That car has seen better days. He's been in the wall a number of times. on the front stretch. Benjamin Richards in the 5th position. I bet if you told him before this race he'd be running in 5th with 3 laps to go, he would have said, I don't think so. Terrific improvement for the 56. Riley Laverne up in the 6th position. Just trying to finish this one out. Short track's not his forte. Garrett Helmlinger had a tough restart. Back to the 7th spot, trying to turn it around. Dakota Floyd got caught up in the most recent incident. He is 8th. Justin Ritchie is in the 9th spot. David Collins last on the lead lap, right behind Teresa Spiker, who is the last driver running in 11th. Stephen E. Pierce, Wade Palmer, Thad Miller off the racetrack, but we're going green for hopefully the last time. Langton's going to lead him into the zone. He's going to launch. Give him 3 car lengths over the 41. Battles on for second. Colin Penn and try and get around Kyle Stewart. Hennings is right there as well. 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag. White flag this time by. Laverne's around. Not quite. He saves it. But Langton, half a lap to go to a perfect night in East Florida. Out of turn number 4. Domination for Sean Langton. And Henning's going to finish in 4th, even though he was sideways across the line. That's the first time the 7 car has been sideways all day. Terrific work from the driver of the 7. Sean Langton was 155 laps. So good, he led more than the scheduled distance. Kyle Stewart in 2nd. Colin Penn is going to finish in the 3rd spot. We'll interview your top 3 after we see some Sean Langton burnouts. Not sure what's going on here on the front stretch. I don't know if Floyd and Laverne know they didn't win the race. I'm not sure if they're aware of that or not, but Sean Langton, phenomenal drive. 2 in a row, back to back. And if nothing else, that's got to make him the most winning VSRL driver of all time. I don't think there's much doubt about that. Congratulations to Sean Langton. We're going to be back after this short commercial break with your results, with interviews of your top 3. Here, you've been watching the VSRL ARCA Series here on VSpeed. Be back in just a few minutes. Stick with us.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The round gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, here on VSpeed. You just finished the VSRL ARCA Series race here at New Smyrna Speedway. 150 laps, 155 if I'm not mistaken. Little extra Well, overtime for the fans at home. Sean Langton leads wire to wire. Only thing he didn't do was win the pole. Started in second, led every single lap, wins the race. Kyle Stewart gonna finish in second. Gave him a late challenge, but not quite enough. 3/10 was the margin. Colin Penn, solid run tonight in the third position. Brian Hennings, his best running position of the day was his finish. Benjamin Richards, same story there, running in the 5th spot. Garrett Helminger rebounds to 6th. Justin Ritchie ran much better than 7th all day, but that's where he's gonna finish. Riley Laverne, solid day, keeping out of trouble in 8th. Dakota Floyd had a much better car than 9th. Started on the pole but never led a lap. He will finish in the backside of the top 10. David Collins, the Collinator. How does top 10 sound? 1 lap down. Finishing 11th, Teresa Spiker. She persevered, got one of her laps back. 17 down is where the 7T is going to finish. Stephen Pierce finished in 12th. Was running well, had a spin, and left the session. Wade Palmer, 13th after damage. Thad Miller will disconnect early and finish in the 14th position. That's a look at your results for this race. Now, normally I would interview your top 3, but it seems as if we don't have a 3rd place Colin Penn in the Discord. So we're going to start off with 4th place, Brian Hennings. There's a look at the 74 machine. Brian Hennings. It's Morgan up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy? So we have got a mute here. Muted microphone for Mr. Hennings. Might have stepped away for just a minute. We will see if we can catch up with him a little bit later in the show. That's an unfortunate break for the driver of the 74. We're going to move up the ladder a little bit here. We're going to chat with Kyle Stewart, who finished in the 2nd position. There he is. Let's see if we can get Kyle Stewart up here. Kyle Stewart, Morgan in the VC booth. You got a copy?
I got you. Can you hear me? I went downstairs real quick.
I sure can. Got you loud and clear. All right. Well, this was an eventful one for you, to say the least. Started in 3rd. Obviously, with Dakota's not great start, you're able to get up to 2nd right away and kind of hang out with Mr. Langton. Fell back on the long run, got trapped by the caution, and still finished in 2nd. Why don't you just kind of tell me about your day, your mindset, and how you kept digging all the way through this race?
So my thought was make it through the first half of the race, get to pit road, and then see what happened the second half. Because we had 2 early cautions, and I thought maybe it would run a little longer. And then obviously I come down pit road, and it just doesn't happen. Puts me a lap down, get the wave around, and I just worked my way back. I really feel like in the grand scheme of things, I had a 2nd place car, and that's where I ended up. So it all worked out in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I think you and Dakota, definitely the other 2 drivers in this field that had something for Sean Langton. Obviously, that driver was class of his own today, led every single lap. But you and Dakota both showed you had speed to drive up there. You both were on his back bumper for a little while, but neither of you could get around that 7 machine. But still a great run for the 41. You know, if you had a chance, I mean, that late race restart, probably a good example. Anything you could have done differently on the restart to get to the bumper of Langton?
If he wasn't a teammate, maybe. I'm just not going to put the bumper to him there. Maybe somebody else, maybe turn 1, turn 3, I go ahead and drive it a little deeper and go ahead and put the bumper, but not with Sean.
Yeah, no, I hear you. He's raced everybody clean. There's a reason he is the winningest driver in Vsrl history. Because the dude races everyone with a ton of class, ton of talent. And we'll talk to him here in just a minute. Where are we going to see Kyle Stewart next on the racetrack?
Back here next Monday.
Fantastic. Can't wait to see that here at Kansas, I believe, is the next race on the schedule. Who do you want to shout out for a 2nd place finish here at New Smyrna, I think?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Well, always the Orange Speed Boys. I don't know what state we're in now, but we stay together and we get better together. And then Garrett for putting this on, you guys for broadcasting it. I appreciate it all. I'm just happy to be running around people that I enjoy running around. So
Yeah, that's for sure.
that's all I got.
Looked fun out there tonight. Glad you were able to
It
have a
was.
solid run, and everything came up roses today for the 41. Well, thank you, Kyle. I'm going to put you back down in the channel there.
Appreciate it.
We're going to go get our winner, Sean Langton. All right, that was second place, Kyle Stewart. Appreciate his time. But now we're going to chat with our winner, Sean Langton. Hey, Sean, it's Morgan again, up in the VSP booth. You got a copy for a second time.
Gotcha, Morgan.
Well, you were able to lead all those laps, so congratulations first and foremost on leading 155 of 155. That is just beyond impressive to start it off. How'd you do that? What made you so much better than the rest of the field today?
Yeah, I just, I kind of like this track. It's a fun little short track. I was trying some different lines. Once I got about 30, 40 laps on the tires, I kind of drove it in hard on the bottom, drifted up in the middle, then kind of slung it around the middle and didn't really go down and turn the wheel too much. So it was really fun. It was really hard to drive after tires got hot, but I really enjoyed it, and just want to thank all of the guys coming out today for giving it a good one. And unfortunately, next week I'm going to have to take a provisional. I'm going to be out of town, so we'll give these guys a shot.
There will not be a three-peat on the books here for Sean Langton, unfortunately, next week at Kansas. But, I mean, winning 2 races to start off the season, that's got to feel good. A lot of momentum. And, what do we have to look forward to here for the 7 machine? When are you going to be on track next?
I don't know. What's after Kansas?
That is a great question. I don't have the schedule up in front of me. Let's see if I can find it here. Bear with me. Iowa.
Iowa is, for me in this car, not that great, but the next one I see, Lime Rock,
Yeah.
I'll be looking forward to that one.
Yes, that'll be another. Well, you didn't win last time we were at Lime Rock. Had a connection issue into turn 1, if I recall correctly. So hopefully you can get that straightened out and return back to victory lane on a road course where you've become so familiar.
Yeah, I got my Bald Head Islands Vacations PC now, so
yes,
no issues.
Yes, courtesy of Thad Miller. Got to appreciate him for everything he does. Vsrl and all the drivers here keeping us all with the latest technology. Anyway, Sean, who do you want to shout out and thank? I mean, you already thanked most of them, but I'll give you the floor again here.
Yeah, just the same. VSRL, Garrett, especially for putting this on. We had a small little field today, but it was fun. Had some fun drivers, teammates, of course, Orange Speed, yourself up in the booth, and say hi to my parents for watching.
Right on. Well, thank you, Sean. It's great watching you out there today, and yeah, fun little race car, fun little racetrack, and a bunch of great drivers out here. It was fun to watch. So congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Morgan. We'll see you.
You bet. See you around. But that is about going to do it for our broadcast. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can find. No, they've already left the session. I was going to say Benjamin Richards with I think, career best VSRL finish in 5th. Big shout out to that driver, but we are going to call it quits here today. Wrap up the broadcast. You've been watching VSRL ARCA Series here on V-Speed. Appreciate everyone coming out and watching this one. I've been Morgan Cook, your host and producer, but make sure you found the stream. Why don't you stick around a while? Click the like and subscribe button. Don't miss a moment of the action. I'm here 4 days a week starting next week, Sunday through Wednesday. Got the ORRL, got VSRL on Mondays, QSR Tuesdays, Racing Revolution on Wednesday. That doesn't count the stuff other producers are doing at SNR on Saturdays. That's a great series to watch. Tons and tons of other ones. Sim Racing Hub. Got that one on Tuesdays. Just a ton of races. If you want your fill of stock car racing here on iRacing, V-Speed is the place to get it. You might as well stick around. Let's have a look at the schedule ahead. Next week, Kansas, then Lime Rock. Sorry, how about Iowa, then Lime Rock? Charlotte, Martinsville, Daga, Michigan, Dover, Milwaukee, and Chicagoland going to wrap up the season on November 25th. But thanks everyone for watching, and for everyone at V-Speed. Bradley Cooper, Eddie Smith, Adam Baker, appreciate everyone there, Logan Threlkeld, all the rest of the commentators and producers. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time at Kansas.